Xolo Black is the first smartphone from Xolo that is part of the Black series of smartphones that are aimed at online retail markets. Calling the series Black as well as the smartphone makes it quite confusing for the customer, and it will become more so when it's time to launch the next phone in the Black series. That is expected to be sometime soon, as the company did state that it has plans to launch around 4 devices per year in the Black series. We aren't sure what naming scheme the company plans for the upcoming devices, but what we do know is what the Xolo Black offers, and it seems to offer plenty judging by a specification sheet. This is Sandeep from Fonearena, and let's just dive into review and see if it actually does live up to expectations in real life. Xolo seems to have taken Batman's question, does it come in black, too literally, as the phone comes exclusively in black. That isn't a bad thing, and we aren't complaining. It makes perfect sense to release the phone just in black, as the brand itself is known by the same name. Xolo states that the main reason for choosing black as a label and color was because it's associated with a premium feel as compared to other colors. The smartphone has a design that is quite reminiscent of the Sony Xperia range of devices, largely because it uses glass on both the front and the back. However, you don't have to worry about scratches, as both the front as well as rear glass is made of Corning Gorilla Glass 3. The device measures 155.5 by 76.6 by 7.3 mm and packs a 5.5-inch 1080p display, which translates to around 69.3% screen to body ratio. The IPS LCD display has a pixel density of 403 ppi. The display is sharp and vivid. The ambient light sensor works well, and the sunlight legibility is good too, but is impacted by the display glass, which is quite reflective. Above the display you have the earpiece, proximity and ambient light sensors. The front facing 5 MP camera is also here, and it also has an LED flash to accompany it. This is one of the reasons that justifies the larger footprint of the device. The front camera is good at capturing details, however it does seem to lag a bit when taking photos indoors, so you'll have to hold it quite steady, or else you can make use of the LED flash, which works well for group selfies as well. Below the display you have 3 capacitive buttons that function as the multitasking key, home key and return key. All 3 buttons are backlit in white and have good haptic feedback when pressed. At the top you have the 3.5 mm audio jack as well as secondary microphone, and at the bottom you have the micro USB port, speaker grill and the primary microphone, which is hidden neatly in between the grills. The right side of the device has the split volume up and down buttons as well as the power/lock key. These keys are made of metal too and have good feel and feedback when pressed. The power/lock key also features an integrated notification light. It lights up as a halo around the key and supports various different colors such as red, green and blue. The left side houses the dual SIM slot that has a nano SIM slot and a micro SIM slot. It is a hybrid slot in which the nano SIM slot can be used as a micro SD card slot. You will need a SIM ejector pin in order to take the tray out. At the back you have the dual lens system. There is a primary 13 MP camera and a secondary 2 MP camera for depth sensing. Unlike the HTC One M8 and the M9 Plus, which have the depth sensing camera above the main camera sensor, the Xolo Black has the two side by side along with an LED flash in the middle. Good camera specifications don't always mean good camera performance and image quality. The camera also does a good job at keeping the noise levels at a minimum. However, noise does creep in during low light. The LED flash isn't too powerful but does help a bit in really low light conditions. Hive UI, developed by Xolo's own design team in Bangalore, was first introduced in the Xolo 8X1000. Later it was expanded to budget Omega series that was launched last year. The new Hive UI is called Hive Atlas and is based on Android 5.0.2 Lollipop with Android's material design. There is no major change when it comes to the interface. It has similar rounded icons and color scheme. The UI was a bit sluggish at times and could possibly be fixed through a software update in the future. Coming to the performance, the second generation octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 64-bit processor with 4 ARM Cortex A53 cores clocked in at 1.5 GHz per core and 4 Cortex A53 cores clocked in at 1.1 GHz per core offers decent performance, but the UI has occasional lag as we mentioned earlier. 2 GB of RAM handles multitasking well. We tried several high-end games and most games were smooth, however some games did lag occasionally, but the graphics were good. It scored a rating of 3.5 out of 5 in the gaming review. The Xolo Black has a 16 GB of internal memory that can be expanded using micro SD cards. The phone supports microSD cards up to 32 GB in capacity, and out of 16 GB of storage, the user gets around 10.69 GB of free usable space when you first boot the phone. It also supports USB OTG. The Xolo Black has a non-removable 3200 mAh battery. The phone doesn't support fast charging but still manages to charge quite fast. It achieved a one charge rating of 8 hours and 29 minutes in our battery test, which is decent but not the best. At Rs 12,999, the Xolo Black is a very unique product that offers good value for money. Although it is priced at the same price point as phones such as the Xiaomi Mi 4i, it offers a dual SIM slot, micro SD expansion, depth sensing camera, front facing camera with LED flash, etc. It has a few negatives, particularly in terms of software, which needs some tweaking. However, it is still quite good value for money, and more than that, it has a unique set of features that will help you stand out from the crowd. If you are someone who can live with his few shortcomings and embrace his unique features, then this is one phone that should keep you happy. Listed here are the pros and cons of the device. If you do like the video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.